Hello, welcome back to Primrose and Pearl Bath Products, or welcome here if it's your first time watching. Today I'm doing something a little different from what I normally do. I am using only natural colorants in the soap that I am making, and I am also infusing it with this avocado you see me dicing up right here. I'm taking the pit out in a very not safe way, so please don't do it the way that I just did. First, what I need to do is get my avocado ready to add into my soap batter. I cut the avocado in half, I'm scooping it out, and then I am going to be trying to mash it up so that I can get it infused into my oils that become the base of my soap. So I got my avocado, I'm gonna smush it up with a spoon here. Oh, I almost forgot. When you are adding, I don't know, fresh botanicals, fruits, vegetables, whatever side of the debate you fall on, you have to account for that in the amount of water you use. So when you're mixing a lye solution and you put everything into your soap calculator, it will spit out, this is the weight of the lye that you need, and this is the weight of the water that you need. And depending on what kind of water discount ratio you want to use, I typically do like a 1.8 water to 1 lye solution. You can't go any lower than a 1-to-1. Some people use 1.5, some people use 2, whatever. You have to take the avocado part out of whatever water you would be using. So in all of my calculations, I think my avocado was like, I don't know, 2 ounces, and my water amount is usually around 4 something ounces. So I just subtracted that avocado weight from my water weight before I went and mixed my lye water solution. Then to mash up my avocado here, I put in some of the oils that I would normally be using in my oil blend for my soap. For here, I pulled out my avocado oil, added it to my little avocado mash, took my stick blender to it, and just tried to get it as smooth as I possibly could before I go ahead and add that to the rest of my base oils. I'm taking the spatula here because I want to make sure I scraped down and didn't have any super big chunks left. It's not perfectly smooth, but we'll get it there. You won't even notice in the final product. Now I'm taking that avocado and oil, I don't even know what you want to call it, and putting it in my oils. This part looks so gross. I'm not gonna lie. Putting the avocado in the oils was probably the worst part, just because it looked gross. It turns out great in the end, but this little part was not so fun. I am adding here as my colorant, like I said, I'm doing an all natural colorant. It is French green clay, and I put a little bit extra in from what I normally do. In my typical soap batter, I use kaolin clay. It doesn't have any color to it, but it does add a nice slip feel to the soap. In this batch of soap, I'm doing probably about double the amount of clay that I would normally put into a soap. Now that I have the clay and the avocado into my base oils, I'm stick blending all of that together before I add in my lye water, just to make sure I don't have any random clumps anywhere and everything is nice and smooth. I'm straining my lye water. I noticed I had some lye undissolved sitting on the top. I think it's because I had reused this particular container from like another batch of lye, so I don't know, it must have just crystallized weird. But you definitely don't want to put, if you see the crystallized lye, into your soap, because that's not gonna make a good soap feel in the end. Blending all of that together. This is such a simple soap to make, but it has a really nice effect. That extra green clay I put in there just adds to the texture of the bar so nicely. And adding that avocado adds some extra fat to the soap, which makes it feel creamier. I typically, in my soaps, do a super fat of 5%. What that means is that my soap recipe is calculated so that 5% of my oils are not saponified in the whole process. It means that part of the oils are not turned into soap, basically, so it leaves a creamier feel in the end product. A lot of people, when they say that soaps are drying, handmade soaps are drying, having a super fat can help with that. It also just changes the texture of the bar. Some people use a higher super fat, a lower super fat. It all just depends on what you're going for in the end. I'm talking about super fat, and I missed the part where I actually added the fragrance oil. So for this soap, I used avocado and sea salt from Indigo Fragrance, and it's really lovely. It's kind of a softer fragrance. Definitely has like a coastal feel to it without being overly sweet or beachy. To me, it's just like a nice, clean, light fragrance. Here I am texturing the top of this soap. I am not gonna lie, I actually tried like 3 different soap top textures before I finally landed on this one. I don't know, I just played around with it for a while because I didn't actually have a plan for how I was gonna finish the soap. I just was winging it, trial and error. It turned out pretty though. My soap has sat for 24 hours, I think, at this point. And I already cut off the one end and marked my 1-inch lines on my bars, and now I'm just gonna slice it up. Here you see that circle that's in the middle of that soap. It's because my soap hit a partial gel. What that means is while it was sitting in the mold, it heated up. I think I had soaped a little hot with my lye water, so it ended up heating up my soap and achieved that partial gel. There's nothing bad about it. Some people gel their soaps on purpose, which means they heat their soap or they hold their soap at a higher temperature to get that gel effect that you see through the entire bar. And what it can do is it intensifies the color of whatever colorant that you've put in this soap. Like I said, it was not my goal here. It was kind of just a byproduct of having my lye water a little bit hot while I was soaping. You can see more towards the middle, more of that gelling effect, because the middle does tend to stay hotter for longer than like the ends of the soap would. So on this subsequent cut, you can see that circle is a lot bigger than on that end piece that I had first cut. I would love to hear what you guys think of the naturally colored soaps. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this is not normally my jam. Oh, here's the where you can see the gel more. Anyway, they're not normally my jam, the natural soaps. I tend to go for, you know, bright, fun. I'm not opposed to the natural color, and it really fit for this particular soap, especially being in the food fight line with the avocado. But I know some people love the natural colored soaps more. I think it's just hard to get the range of colors that you get from a mica. So tell me in the comments, what do you think? Would you use an avocado infused soap? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more soapy adventures.